And welcome to the evening news. I'm Chauncey Glover. We're monitoring the latest on the COVID-19 outbreak here in Southeast Texas tonight. Now, as of today, more than 4,800 people have been infected and more than 70 of our neighbors are dead from the virus. Earlier, we heard from city health officials and were alerted to an outbreak at a local nursing home. ABC 13's Maya Shea has the latest on this situation. She joins us with the very latest.
We're here at the Buckingham. This is a sprawling senior living facility comprised of many buildings and lots of residents. Tonight, there is an outbreak, at least 10 positive results. From outside the plaza at the Buckingham, it looks like business as usual for this sprawling senior living facility. But after several residents and staffers tested positive for COVID-19, it now has the full attention of the Houston Health Department.
Like any other situation, it started off with one case, and then there's a second case, and so we're now testing. So in that location, we got 2 cases that we know that are symptomatic, and we have some other tests back that have people who are not with symptoms but have tested positive. We have a larger number that have come back where the tests are negative.
According to a statement on its website, 8 residents and 2 employees have so far tested positive. There's now a full quarantine of the plaza building with no new admissions. The cases have been reported to local, state, and federal authorities, but the testing is not yet complete, and the facility is expecting more positive results. Mayor Sylvester Turner says he will soon issue an order for all nursing homes and senior living facilities in the city to adhere to specific guidelines to hopefully help slow the spread.
We want everybody's temperatures to be taken of employees. That's going to be critically important. We want all of the employees to be wearing masks. So there are certain protocols that we want in place.
The Buckingham's website says it is in the process of testing just about everyone, and although not all results are in, they do expect eventually more people to test positive. As for the city, we do not know when that specific directive will be issued yet, but we expect that to be soon. Reporting from the Piney Point neighborhood, Maya Shea, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
And amid this COVID-19 pandemic, of course, everybody wanting to know, when will we be able to get back to work? Well, today, the governor of Texas addressed just that.
Next week, I will be providing an executive order talking about what will be done in Texas about reopening Texas businesses, also in a way that will be safe for that economic revitalization. We will focus on protecting lives while restoring livelihoods.
And while the number of COVID-19 cases continues to rise across Texas, Governor Abbott wants to begin reopening the state, saying he plans to sign an executive order next week to reopen it in a safe way and help restore livelihoods. But he didn't provide any specifics as to how he's going to do this, just saying we'll learn more come next week. In the meantime, millions of people are still out of work and looking for jobs, all because of COVID-19 related closures. But scammers could be targeting those who just want to get back to work. ABC 13's Nick Notario has what you need to know to protect yourself.
As if waiting a couple weeks or more to get unemployment by the phone wasn't bad enough, now we're learning scammers might be targeting those GM lines. So if you're applying for unemployment, pay attention. This is what you need to know to protect yourself.
Destiny Taylor is one of thousands of Texans growing familiar with the sound. For 2 weeks, she's tried to apply for unemployment. Instead of a person, she only gets a busy signal.
As soon as you call, it goes straight to busy. It's not like a ring and da-da-da. It's a busy, 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 and that's it.
And tonight, there's another concern. Texas Workforce Commission is warning scammers could be prying on people like Taylor who are waiting to get unemployment.
It makes me mad because why would you do that to people who get their hopes up and they think that they have, well, to me, I'll be like, why are you doing it?
Here's what you need to know to avoid falling victim. Texas Workforce Commission says scammers may call and ask for credit card numbers, processing claim fees, or your entire bank account number. The agency says it won't ask for that information. If you do get a call from TWC, the person will ask for your social security number and date of birth. Taylor says with the phone lines constantly busy, it might be easy to fall victim to a scammer.
Some people who got laid off, this is probably their first time getting laid off doing the Texas work source, so they probably wouldn't know.
Help arrive for those waiting to try and reach the unemployment office by phone. The agency started operating 7 days a week today. You can call from 7 in the morning until 7 at night. Taylor hopes the expanded hours will finally get her money because she's not sure how much longer she can wait.
Help us, like, yeah, they sitting up there saying we trying, and and they say they hire more people, but if I hire more people, why is the job not getting done?
We're also hearing there are continuing to be issues with the website if you're trying to apply online. So the best thing that you can do to keep it from crashing, try to do it overnight between midnight and 5. Those are the best times, but TWC says it is overloaded with the amount of people that are trying to apply. So if you're having issues, the best piece of advice they have is to be patient and to keep trying. In Fort Bend County, Nick Lachario, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Today from the Coronavirus Task Force, we could be just 1 week away from an antibody test. So could this be the groundbreaking change that gets us all back to our normal lives? ABC 13 reporter Shelley Childers has more about the importance of an antibody test.
Antibody testing allows us to understand how much of the population has already been exposed to COVID-19. An expert with Baylor College of Medicine says that this type of testing is important for local leaders to make a decision on when to lift those stay-at-home orders.
Tonight, big news surrounding COVID-19. Antibody testing could soon be here. In an interview with CNN this morning, Dr. Anthony Fauci said they are close to developing, validating, and getting those tests out.
That within a period of a week or so, we're going to have a rather large number of tests that are available.
Antibody tests will look to see if you've already been infected, indicating your body fought off the virus successfully.
Knowing that you have been exposed takes a lot of anxiety away, because it is unlikely that they're going to be reinfected in a short time.
Dr. Pedro Piedra with Baylor College of Medicine believes our medical professionals and first responders should be the first tested,
because they're the ones that are greatest at risk.
He says leaders will also rely on this type of data to decide when it's safe to lift those stay-at-home orders.
If a population has not seen the virus or has low levels of infection, that means that population is still susceptible.
It's important to note antibody testing doesn't negate the importance of diagnostic testing for COVID-19. It is still very important to know who is actively infected to keep them from spreading the virus. It's unclear when Harris County or Houston will receive antibody test kits. Reporting Shelley Childers, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
And tonight, parks in Harris County and also in the city of Houston are all closed for this holiday weekend. And city and county officials are hoping that everyone will be taking these closures seriously. TJ Parker has more.
This is a social problem. And this is only going to fix by a social solution.
Houston parks and trails are now closed for the Easter weekend. Mayor Sylvester Turner shut them down after seeing the number of coronavirus cases rise.
I decided to take the additional step and to say we're simply going to close the parks and our trails.
We are outside of Memorial Park, where you can see the roadblocks behind me.
There are 380 parks across the city. The Parks Department was quick to put up signs and roadblocks to try and keep people out.
Early this morning, the urban park rangers and the police department have been out patrolling the parks and the trails.
Parks and Rec Director Steve Wright is hopeful people will stay away.
We need all 2.4 million people in the city of Houston to understand this, to embrace it. We're not asking them to like it, but we're asking them to just raise their level of consciousness to the greater good.
Along with Houston, Harris County and Missouri City parks are closed, as well as Pearland playground, pavilions, and restrooms. Fort Bend County will keep its parks open, but with new signs on best practices on how to maintain social distancing.
This virus doesn't know boundaries. It doesn't care about ethnicity. It doesn't care about county or city or state. This is a shared problem.
Steve is hopeful Houston parks will reopen Monday, but he, along with the mayor, will see how things develop over the weekend. TJ Parker, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
All right, the popular local restaurant, the Turkey Leg Hut, is now responding after someone called police after seeing people in a long line waiting on food. Now, I want to show you this video right here. You see the crowd there in line in front of Sugar Rush Bakery there on Veterans Memorial at the Beltway. Now, a Turkey Leg Hut food truck has been set up here, but the restaurant says this was from before they even arrived there to open the truck, and that once staff members began setting up, they enforced social distancing.
we want everyone to stay safe, continue to social distance, and let's work together in this. This is like everybody wants to stay safe. We want to be able to be normal again one day. But in the meantime, we're trying our best, and you will always have, our staff and our team will always put that safety first.
Now, we also spoke to Houston Police Chief Art Acevedo, who says he checked it out and he is satisfied with what's being done there at the Turkey Leg Hut to keep customers safe. All right, time now to get a check on the forecast. Chief Meteorologist Travis Herzog is here with an update.
We're going to hold on to that amazing weather for this evening with temperatures falling from the 70s into the 60s. No chance of rain, but it does look like rain opportunities return both Saturday and Sunday. And I'm most concerned about Sunday morning for the potential of severe weather, especially north of the I-10 corridor. On Saturday, it's a 40% chance of scattered showers and a few thunderstorms. I do believe the brunt of the severe weather will end up well to the north and west of Houston. We'll start off in the 50s. We'll finish off in the mid-70s. And in terms of those rain chances on Saturday, they will peak from the mid-morning to the mid-afternoon. Now, Sunday, the rain is front-loaded in the first half of the day. So if really from 6 a.m. to noon is when there's the opportunity for some strong to severe thunderstorms. By the afternoon, it warms up as the sun comes out. We're looking at highs in the upper 80s. This map shows the various risk levels for severe weather on Saturday. The highest risk is off to the northwest of Houston. Can't rule out severe storms right now anywhere in southeast Texas, but it does look like most of it's going to end up being off to the north and northwest of Houston. And on Sunday, it also appears that the worst severe weather will be away from Houston. In fact, I think a lot of the severe storms locally will end up being north of the I-10 corridor, but you see this patch of red off to our east that begins in Louisiana. There's the potential for a widespread tornado outbreak just to our east. Now, the storms will initially develop right near Houston and then quickly move eastward and likely intensify. Because they hit us pretty earlier in the day, it reduces the chances that they'll turn tornadic, but they could be rotating storms, and we cannot rule out the possibility of a few tornadoes. Here's how things look on our future radar loop. You see all the activity in the morning, mainly north of I-10, and then by the afternoon, it's perfectly sunny with a strong west wind and a big drop in the humidity. Then after that, another cold front arrives early Monday morning, drops us into the 40s for a few mornings in a row. And even with sunshine, we're looking at highs only in the 60s. It won't be until the following weekend that highs get back into the 80s with some sticky air returning from the Gulf of Mexico.
And thanks for spending your Good Friday night with us and getting caught up here on the evening news. Our next newscast is tonight at 10 on ABC 13. Have a great Easter weekend. Be safe and take care.